Hi, I'm Cheryl Kagan. I'm very proud to be the senator for Gaithersburg and Rockville. And I'm also very proud to be the co-founder and host of Folk and Great Music in Rockville, Maryland. I got involved in the folk music community in 1989, 100 years ago now, it feels like. And one of the performers I remember very early on was Donal Leace. I used to see him at various venues and enjoyed his soulful voice and passionate presence. When I was booking my series, at some point I decided to host a double bill. And I put together sometimes people that are similar, folks that go together. But for this one, I put together a contrast. I hosted Donal Leace in Rockville in a double bill with Stephanie Corby, a big, bluesy, badass woman with a huge voice and a big presence from the Boston area. And I remember, and they didn't know each other. And I remember watching them as they were performing. And the first set, each of them would do a mini set. And then the second set, after a break, they would each do a song and swap out. That's the way I like doing my double bills. And while at first it was like, this is a different animal than me, and they weren't so sure about it, they were both blown away by the talent of the other, and they ended up backing each other up and singing along, harmonizing, and it was one of the most memorable, most magical concerts I have presented in the 18 years of folk and great music. Years later, when I was executive director of the Americans for Democratic Action Education Fund, we were hosting our annual What Would Martin Do event. It was on Capitol Hill in the Rayburn House office building. And we had tremendous speakers. We had a US Senator, we had union leaders, we had NAACP leadership. We just had wonderful folks. We had the Lieutenant Governor from Maryland, Kathleen Kennedy Townsend, and it was a really great lineup. So my colleague and boss, the head of ADA, Americans for Democratic Action, Michael J. Wilson, said, you know, in the civil rights movement, music was always a part of it. And we need to have music be a part of this event. And I knew there was only one person that I could think of who would be appropriate. So I called up Donal Leace, and he was kind enough. We paid him a few bucks, but never as much as performers deserve, but gave him something for his time. And he came and helped kick off the event and played again in the middle of the event and shared stories of his time with Dr. King and in the civil rights movement, and brought joy and melody and lifting up the crowd with his lyrics, with his voice. And that panel, that show is still available on C-SPAN, and you can Google it and find him there. So he made a contribution to the audience, as too many people forget how hard and how long the civil rights battles have been fought. So I will miss Donald's voice, and I just wanted to add my thoughts, my memories. I'm sending condolences to all those who loved him, his music, his work at the Duke Ellington School for the Arts, his work in the music community and in the broader community. He was a wonderful person, and I'm glad to share these stories. Take care, stay safe. Bye-bye.